such today. So let's get started. सबसे पहले शुरू करते हैं definition के साथ. Convention का मतलब मैंने आपको कल समझाया था. I explained you the meaning of convention yesterday. It basically means anything which is traditionally done. कोई भी चीज़ जो पारंपरिक तरीके से हम करते आ रहे हैं उसे कन्वेंशन कहते हैं. सो देर आर सर्टन थिंग्स जो हमने इनिशियली सीखा समझा शुरुआत में, व्हेन डेवलपमेंट, नॉलेज केम, डेवलपमेंट स्टार्टेड हैपनिंग, टेक्नोलॉजी केम, we learned that okay, in order to produce energy we need coal, we need petroleum, we need natural gases, we need to produce electricity with with the thermal energy. ये सब चीज़ें हमने कर ली एक्सप्लोर, and we started working on those lines. वैसे ही हम काम भी करने लगे, but of course that does not fly all the time because it leads to global warming, simple as that. इसकी वजह से हमारे प्रॉब्लम हो जा रही है यार, ग्लेशियर मेल्ट हो जा रहे हैं, मौसम बदल गया है, गर्मी बढ़ रही है, ओवरऑल टेम्परेचर बढ़ रहा है, बहुत तरह की इश्यूज हो रही है. सो नाउ वी नीड अ सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी विच हैज़ नॉट बीन यूज ट्रेडिशनली. जो सदियों से हम वही इस्तेमाल करते नहीं आ रहे. अब बदलाव चाहिए, डेवलपमेंट चाहिए, क्लीनर चाहिए एनर्जी, एनवायरनमेंट थोड़ा साफ होना चाहिए, प्रोटेक्टेड होना चाहिए, डैमेज नहीं होना चाहिए. तो ऐसे सोर्सेज ऑफ एनर्जी को विच इज़ रिन्यूएबल, विच इज़ क्लीनर, विच इज़ सेफर, लेस डैमेजिंग, विच इज़ नॉट फाइनाइट, इज नोन एज नॉन कन्वेंशनल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, द नॉन ट्रेडिशनल सोर्स ऑफ एनर्जी, जो हमेशा से हम इस्तेमाल नहीं करते आ रहे हैं. ठीक है. सो ग्रोइंग एनर्जी कंजम्पशन लेड टू हेवी रिलायंस ऑन फॉसिल फ्यूल्स. सो व्हाट हैपेंड अर्लियर, शुरू से पहले ये हो रहा था कि हम हमेशा से जब हमने सीखा इन सारे रिसोर्सेज के बारे में, कोल, ऑयल, गैस, वी वर ऑलवेज डिपेंडेंट ऑन देम. सो देयर केम द फ्यूचर एनर्जी सिक्योरिटी कंसर्न्स कि यार कैसे होगा, उसको कैसे मेंटेन करेंगे, हाउ डू वी डू दैट, right? And of course rising prices, potential shortages of oil and gas, the immense damage that can happen, all of these issues started happening. Fossil fuel usage causes environmental issues also, carbon emission, ये सारी तरह की problems भी होती है, उसकी वजह से भी issues होते हैं, वो एक दूसरी problem थी. ठीक है. Hi Vikas, good evening, welcome to the session, I hope you're doing fine. ठीक है. तो अब यहाँ से आता है अर्जेंसी. वी नीडेड, देयर वाज अ डिमांड, देयर वाज अ नीड, देयर वाज अ रिक्वायरमेंट फॉर अस टू हैव अ रिप्लेसमेंट एंड ऑल्सो अ बैकअप, बिकॉज दीज रिसोर्सेज व्हेन आर ओवर हाउ विल वी लिव एंड सर्वाइव. तो यहाँ से हम शिफ्ट करने लग गए रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज पे, लाइक सोलर, विंड, टाइडल. धूप खत्म नहीं हो रही है यार, इट विल एट वन डे डाई आउट बिकॉज इट्स अ स्टार, बट नॉट एनी सून. दैट्स लॉन्ग टाइम, you know, it has a long way to go. ठीक है. पानी हमारी खत्म नहीं हो रही है, टाइड्स खत्म नहीं हो रहे, मून इज नॉट गोइंग एनीवेयर, द ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स इज नॉट चेंजिंग, टाइड्स विल ऑलवेज बी देयर, विंड इज नॉट गोइंग टू स्टॉप फ्लोइंग because the air pressure is not going to change. I mean, the air pressure will keep changing, not the air pressure difference is not going to change, the air pressure ka variation will always exist. These are things which are always going to be there, right? So these are termed as non-conventional, non-traditional energy resources. India has a lot of good thing that especially country like ours is blessed with a lot of sunlight, water, wind and biomass resources also. So we have the largest programs for developing renewable energy resources for a sustainable development and future. तो आप सोचो कि भैया हम फ्यूचर में क्या बहुत ज़्यादा जो है बिल्कुल एक रिकॉर्ड क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. वी कैन हैव एन एनवायरनमेंट फ्री ऑफ कार्बन एमिशन. How good would that be? People staying in Noida would know the most. Air pollution that is caused, how difficult it is. People staying in Delhi and around for that matter, Punjab, Haryana, all of these places. I have people that I speak to and they're like, I can't cough. I can't breathe. I've been constantly coughing. ऐसे सारे problems होते हैं. So imagine how amazing would it be if the air is absolutely clean. You feel that it's fresh, oxygen is what you're breathing, not carbon dioxide, monoxide and what not, right? Hi Ruchita, hi Rudra, good evening, welcome. तो बच्चे यहीं से हमारा आइडिया आता है क्लीन एनर्जी का और रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज का. ठीक है. तो अब बात करते हैं सबसे पहले रिन्यूएबल रिसोर्सेज की, विच इज आर न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी. ठीक है. ये हमारा क्या है? न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी है. Nuclear energy is derived by altering atomic structure. So this is basically what you will read in your chemistry, where you will exactly understand how it functions. Nuclear fission and fusion, ये दो तरीके होते हैं. दोनों ही processes में energy is released. So basically you play with the nucleus of the atoms of the atom. So nuclear energy is derived by altering the atomic structure which releases a very good substantial amount of heat in the form of energy. उसमें बहुत सारा एनर्जी रिलीज होकर के आता है. द हीट दैट इज जनरेटेड, उसको हम यूज करते हैं. वी टेक दैट हीट एंड देन दैट हीट इज एक्चुअली यूटिलाइज टू प्रोड्यूस इलेक्ट्रिसिटी. Earlier, how this heat was being produced? Earlier, this heat was being produced with the help of coal, petroleum, ये सब जला करके कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड रिलीज करके वैसे करके हम हीट प्रोड्यूस कर रहे थे. अब हमें क्या करना है? न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी प्रोड्यूस करनी है, सिर्फ ऑल्टर करना है एक एटम को थोड़ा बहुत. यूरेनियम एंड थोरियम आर की एलिमेंट्स फॉर न्यूक्लियर पावर जनरेशन. ये दो एलिमेंट्स हैं हमारे जिनसे मेजरली न्यूक्लियर पावर जनरेशन किया जाता है. So where do we find it? झारखंड एंड अरावली रेंजेस. यहाँ पे आपको पता है अरावली रेंजेस रन करती हैं राजस्थान में. दे हैव अ लॉट ऑफ यूरेनियम एंड थोरियम डिपॉजिट्स. यहाँ झारखंड में और यहाँ पे इसके अराउंड बहुत ज़्यादा. तो रेड में जो मार्क्ड है ना, दैट इज बेसिकली योर व्हाट यू से न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज. थोरियम काफ़ी अबंडेंट है इन द मोनेजाइट सैंड्स ऑफ केरला ऑल्सो, विच इज़ यूज फॉर न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी. तो इधर इधर भी हमें बहुत कुछ मिल जाता है रिलेटेड टू द न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज. सो दैट ब्रिंग्स अस टू द वेरी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ऑफ दिस सेशन. ठीक है, पहला क्विज क्वेश्चन है, तो चलिए जल्दी से इसको आंसर कर लेते हैं. द क्वेश्चन इज दैट डैश इज अबंडेंट इन द मोनेजाइट सैंड्स ऑफ डैश एंड इज ऑल्सो यूज्ड फॉर न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी. सो कर्नाटका, थोरियम, यूरेनियम एंड केरला. तो हमारे पास दो ऑप्शन जगह की भी है, दो ऑप्शन हमारे न्यूक्लियर एनर्जी की भी है. बी वेरी वाइज, आराम से सोच करके आंसर देना है. पुट इट इन द करेक्ट ऑर्डर. Dash, which is abundant in the monazite sands of Dash, is used for the production of nuclear energy. What are we talking about? What are we referring to? Okay guys, I'll move on to looking at the answer in few seconds. Please go ahead and make sure you answer. Piyush, B and C you have said. Okay. Hi Khalid, बच्चे 8 बजे तक क्लास होगी. Hi Mamta, welcome to the session. Okay, let's look at the correct answers now. सही answers जो है उनको देख लेते हैं. Have you guys answered? I hope you guys have attempted. If not, अभी से भी कर लो. तो हमारे पास अभिमन्यु का सही जवाब आ गया है. We have also received answers from Ruchita, Rudra and Rushan. But we still have students who have not answered. हमारे पास सुष्मिता का, श्रीवल्ली का, नागराज का आंसर नहीं आया है अभी तक. क्यों भैया, क्या बात हो गई? ममता ने भी आंसर दे दिया है. ओके, वंडरफुल. चलो तो देखते हैं. इट इज थोरियम, विच इज ऑप्शन बी एंड फाउंड इन केरला. ठीक है, तो ऑप्शन डी हो जाएगा. एक्चुअली सी नहीं होगा. थोरियम एंड यूरेनियम जो है वो दोनों बी और सी हो जाते हैं. तो थोरियम जो कि केरला के सैंड्स में मिलता है इज द करेक्ट आंसर. नाउ मूविंग ऑन एंड टॉकिंग अबाउट द सोलर एनर्जी. सोलर एनर्जी बच्चे आप जैसे देख सकते हो, धूप है. ठीक है, यहाँ से क्या हो रहा है? बिकॉज ऑफ द सन वी रिसीव अ लॉट ऑफ हीट फ्रॉम द रेज ऑफ द सन. Now what we are trying to do is we are going to capture this heat in these solar panels. Solar panel is something that we have been always, it's something that we know. We have seen it, we have probably used it. आपने अगर उसको इस्तेमाल नहीं भी किया है तो किसी को इस्तेमाल करते हुए देखा होगा. You might have seen, witnessed somebody using it. But the best part is that you can always go and find where it is, right? Where can you find it? The street lamps in most of the places are these days powered by the solar panels. तो अब ना वहाँ पे इलेक्ट्रिसिटी की लाइन्स रन नहीं करती है, सोलर एनर्जी से ही वो पूरा पूरा रन कर रहा होता है. That is why a lot of times you will also find that some of the street lamps have, you know, are gone by the end of the day because the solar energy, whatever was converted, has been exhausted. ठीक है, चलिए तो सोलर एनर्जी की बात करें थे हम. India is a tropical country. So as I was telling you, if you remember, solar or wind energy में that India is very blessed. Why did I say that? India is very blessed because this is the earth, then the maximum amount of sun which is received is around the equator. ठीक है, सबसे ज्यादा जो धूप आती है वो इक्वेटर के पास आती है. And the next amount, the more amount of energy, I mean like more, maybe not the same. Okay, I want to rephrase this. So equator receives the maximum amount of energy. Another area followed after equator which receives more amount of solar energy, not the same as equator but a little less than that, are the tropical regions. Okay, which is between basically your Tropic of Capricorn and equator and Tropic of Cancer and equator. This entire region is known as tropical region, right? ये पूरा क्या है? Tropical region है. इस पूरे tropical region में बहुत ज़्यादा sun rays receive होती हैं. A lot of sun rays is received over here. We are blessed because at least the southern portion of India is absolutely in a tropical area. It's very, very close to the equator. And even the northern portion, which may not be absolutely close to the tropical but is subtropical region. So we have a lot of solar energy constantly being received by our country, and hence we have a lot of potential to harness, to utilize and to develop this energy, right? Hi Nisha, good evening and welcome to this session. I think let's move past that question. It's been more than a year now that I have been teaching here, right? So sunlight is directly converted into electricity through a photovoltaic technology. So there's a technology called photovoltaic technology. With this what we are doing, photo and voltaic. So you can see photo is basically for the sun, light. Voltaic is for electricity. So that light, the heat through the light that is received is changed into electricity, and that is how the solar energy get transformed into electricity, right? So solar energy adoption is increasing in rural areas and remote areas especially. Why? Because these are the areas, bache, which of course do not have a lot of development in terms of infrastructure. So it's easy for them to gather a lot of sun rays. For example, in cities what happens, back-to-back buildings are there. So more shadow, less sunlight reaches the ground. But more than that, electricity ka connection in these places is limited and they struggle more. So they can always be more dependent on the solar energy to have more reliable availability and more availability of electricity compared to what electricity otherwise is received by them. Okay? Ruchita, it's okay, no worries. It can happen by mistake. Hi, knowledge about nature. Welcome to the session. So, establishment of large solar power plants is what we have started working on. तो अभी क्या है कि सोलर एनर्जी जो है छोटे छोटे एरियाज में सोलर पैनल्स आर बीइंग इंस्टॉल्ड और वहाँ से बाय कन्वर्टिंग दो सोलर एनर्जीज into electricity we are working. Like for example, a solar panel is there on the top of a house from which maybe the geyser is working or one or two equipments are working. It is there on the street lamps so that the street lamp is receiving the electricity from those. But otherwise, we don't have a proper station from where using the solar panels, the electricity is being produced and being supplied to an entire area or an entire house. So now we are trying to create these things. We are trying to establish large solar power plants so that huge chunks of huge amount of electricity at one point can in fact be generated. This is helping us have less dependency on firewood and dung cakes in rural households due to solar power adoption. So especially I think it's very beneficial for rural households which were earlier very much dependent because electricity was not there, so on the firewood and a lot of other alternatives which ultimately was affecting the environment. Positive environment, obviously it has to have a positive impact because less carbon emission, less exploitation of conventional resources, finite resources, so all good. It's a win-win situation, right? And agricultural productivity through adequate supply of manure. So, iska positive impact kya hai? No burning is happening and we can use these instead of producing electricity in the places to supply manure. तो agriculture में purposes में use कर सकते हैं, आप दूसरे purposes में use कर सकते हो instead of producing energy or burning it over there, right? Is it, Mamta? Okay, interesting. I'm glad. Talking about the wind energy. बच्चे whenever see water, if you remember yesterday we said that electricity is produced from very fast flowing water. So whenever anything has a momentum, whenever anything has speed, it naturally produces energy. Okay, be it the wind or the water. So how we use water and its speed and the momentum, the energy being produced from the high velocity moving water, high speed moving water, same thing can be done with wind also. And wind is renewable. It is infinite. It's not finite. It's not limited, right? So India again has a lot of potential because of our placement, because of the place that where we are, how the wind flows to produce a lot of wind energy. Tamil Nadu houses the largest wind farm cluster spanning from Nagarcoil to Madurai. तो Nagarcoil से मदुराई जब आप ट्रैवल करोगे तो आपको एक पूरा स्ट्रेच मिलेगा, ठीक है? Nisha, then you can see my classes here. That is not a problem. I'm still on YouTube. It doesn't matter which channel, right? The point is that I'm always available for you to teach you. So you can watch my sessions anywhere. Okay. So Tamil Nadu में जब आप travel करते हो, so when you travel from Nagarcoil to Madurai, there's a whole field where you will find these windmills installed, right? Hi Kanika, good evening. Welcome to the session. Apart from that, Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Gujarat, Kerala, Maharashtra, Lakshadweep, all of these also have big notable wind farms. Because these are the areas where you have these stretches where proper flow of wind keeps happening, right? Nagarcoil and Jaisalmer are specially renowned for the effective utilization of wind energy. So, बच्चे राजस्थान गुजरात में बहुत produce होता है wind energy. There's like a lot of wind flowing over it. We're still figuring it out how to utilize it for production of energy. These are the two places, Nagarcoil and Jaisalmer, where we have in fact successfully been able to use it in a good amount and extent, right? Prashant, good evening, बच्चे. Welcome to the session. Now talking about biogas. बायोगैस के बारे में पढ़ा हुआ है हमने, राइट? वी हैव रेड इट आई थिंक इन क्लास 8th आल्सो. व्हाट इज बायोगैस? हु विल टेल मी? मूव इट रियली स्लो. व्हाट इज बायोगैस? It's basically a gas that is produced from decomposing and decaying plants, animals, organic materials. ठीक है, तो कचड़े से ही हम एनर्जी रिसोर्स बना सकते हैं और काफ़ी ज़्यादा. So it is produced from shrub, farm waste, animal, human waste for at least rural domestic use. So in a lot of villages, people are already doing it. बहुत simple, it's very simple. Okay, what basically happens is all the organic materials, which is like leftover vegetables, everything, food related, everything, or if there is a dead animal, there is a dead plant, there is some leftover vegetables, or when we are chopping vegetables, we peel all of that organic waste, all of that is collected and dumped in one place, and then it has to decay and decompose. अब उसको वहाँ पे सड़ना है और ख़त्म होते जाना है, ठीक है? कचड़े के साथ यही होता है. This is what happens with the garbage. It starts decaying, it starts decomposing. When that happens, it releases a gas, and that is basically your biogas. It smells terrible, but is really, really useful. So organic matter, when they decompose, they yield, they produce this biogas, which has very high thermal efficiency, more than kerosene. Dung cakes. Dung cakes क्या होते हैं? उपले जिसे कहते हैं हम, ठीक है? गोईठा हमारे बिहार में कहते हैं. So उपले is what? Cow dung is taken, it's changed into a cake like this, and it's dried, and because of that, it has the potential to produce heat and energy. ठीक है? So all of these were being used in villages earlier. Biogas is very environment friendly, absolutely, Mamta, ठीक है? So charcoal, ये सब को replace करके, and more than this, the biogas has the energy. So it is more stronger and better energy resource, you can say. Biogas plants are established at municipal, cooperative and individual levels. So on a kind of community level also, by the municipal corporations, by cooperatives it is established, but a lot of houses also have these kind of tanks where they are working with the biogas that is being produced. So question is, which state houses the largest wind farm cluster spanning from Nagarcoil to Madurai? Nagarcoil से मदुरई तक जो span करता है windmill farm, वो सबसे बड़ा कहाँ पे, कौन से state में मिलता है हमें? कर्नाटका में, केरला में, तमिलनाडु में या फिर झारखंड में? Guys, if you know where Nagarcoil or Madurai is, it is going to be absolutely, no big deal for you to answer this question. Students on YouTube, please go ahead and answer on in the chat. Chat में आप answer कर दो, ठीक है? Okay, guys, and let's see. So we have Abhimanyu, Rathore, Shushmita, Shivali have answered absolutely correct and super adequate time. Nagraj has answered very, very fast and correct. Good job. Ruchita and Kanika have taken an attempt. Rudra waiting for you to answer. It will be Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is the correct answer. ठीक है? Yes, Mamta, absolutely correct. Tamil Nadu. Okay, great. So moving on, talking about biogas plant. Biogas plant, guys, is also known as गोबर gas plant. ठीक है, biogas plant को जो है हम गोबर gas plant भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है, it is usually found in rural India with the help of cattle dung for production of biogas. So basically, whatever waste material from cattle scum, you dump that also, and उससे भी biogas production होता है. That is why it is also known as gobar gas plant, because the cow dung, ठीक है, the excreted material of the cow is also known as gobar in Hindi. So biogas plants provide energy and better quality manure. Manure भी जो produce होता है वो भी better quality का होता है. तो instead of creating those cow dung cake, you can always utilize it for better manure production. Manure can be a natural fertilizer for the soil and of course help a lot in agricultural production in rural areas. So it benefits the farmers in multiple ways, right? It improves the quality of the manure, also prevents the loss of trees and manure due to the burning of fuel wood and cow dung cakes. So it's a win-win situation. You get better manure for your agricultural purposes. Instead of turning it into cow dung cakes and polluting the environment, you're getting a healthier and a cleaner version of energy resource. Talking about tidal energy भैया बहुत simple है. ये जो tides होते हैं, ठीक है, the tides of ocean, why are the tides produced? Because of the gravitational pull of the moon that is happening on the surface of the earth, the water rises high or low depending upon the distance and the occurrence of where the moon is, right? Hi Chandrakala, good evening, welcome to the session. So tidal energy में क्या हो रहा है भैया? Tides आ रहे, ठीक है, the tides are flowing. Now we've spoken about it twice, right? We spoke about it for the production of electricity. We spoke about it while the wind energy harnessing we were talking about, that anything that moves has a certain energy in it. The same thing is happening with tides also, बच्चे. Tides भी तो move कर रही हैं. युवराज राजपूत, very good evening, very warm welcome. So tides भी तो move कर रही हैं, तो they will also have energy. So what we are going to do is, these oceanic tides, we are going to use the energy being produced by them to in general harness it for the production of electricity. ठीक है, अब ये क्या होता है? अब ये देखो, ये flood gate है. This is the flood gate. Okay, the name is the flood gate, which is constructed across. So floodgate dams are constructed across the inlets to trap the high tide water. तो जब ये high tide water होगा, ठीक है, when this high tide is there, it traps the water and it starts getting it here in the reservoir. Water retained behind closed gates flows back to the sea through turbines after the tide recedes. तो ये जो पानी है reservoir में है, it will start flowing with the speed. It will move the turbine which will produce the energy. Turbine is the fan kind of thing. That will move, it will produce the energy which will be then changed into electricity. After that, it will be connected to the sea and move back. तो ये वापस sea और ocean में पानी पहुंच जा रहा है. That is why it is renewable, no wastage and cleaner energy. ठीक है, so it is very ideal for locations in India for utilizing tidal energy, because we have a lot of places where tides are there and so much of water. Entire southern portion is peninsular. So Gulf of Khambat, Gulf of Kutch in Gujarat, the Gangetic Delta in the Sundarban region of West Bengal. So many places with so much of water. North में rivers हैं, south में sea, ocean, Bay of Bengal, everything is there, right? Then comes the geothermal energy. Geo is earth, thermal is heat. ठीक है, तो geothermal क्या हो जाता है? Generated heat, earth generated heat energy which is utilized. So it is basically the heat from the earth's interior. Now guys, all of us know that a lot of energy and heat is trapped inside the earth, right? Hi Radham Sharma, good evening. Piyush, why on this channel? To teach you, of course. Why else? Why else would I be here? So बच्चे, हमें पता है कि अर्थ के अंदर जो है, ठीक है, एट द सेंटर ऑफ द अर्थ, एट द कोर एंड ऑफ कोर्स द मैंटल, अ लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी इज ट्रैप्ड. यहाँ पे क्या है, बहुत सारा एनर्जी जो है वो ट्रैप्ड है. ठीक है, इसी एनर्जी को जब ये ऊपर आने लगता है, वी कैन यूज फॉर इलेक्ट्रिसिटी जनरेशन. यहाँ जाएंगे तो सब जल जाएगा, हम भी जल जाएंगे, सामान भी जल जाएगा. सो नॉट दैट, बट इट वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड. So Earth's increasing heat with depth facilitates the geothermal energy production. We are here at the crust. ठीक है, यहाँ पे सबसे कम हीट है. जब आप इसमें थोड़ा सा डिग डीप करते हो, when you dig a little deeper, you don't go to the mantle level, no, otherwise dead because lava is there. थोड़ा सा डिग डीप करोगे बच्चे, as you, so basically the idea is the more inner you go into the core of the earth, the temperature, the higher the temperature is. जितना अंदर जाओगे उतना ज़्यादा टेम्परेचर धीरे धीरे बढ़ता जाएगा. So compared to the crust, when you dig a little deeper, the temperature is higher compared to what it is on the crust. So this temperature can hence be utilized. So Earth's increasing heat with the depth. So as you go deeper, higher the temperature, it helps in the production of geothermal energy, the heat produced by the Earth's surface. High geothermal gradient leads to high temperature at shallow depths, heating groundwater. So there are places where, despite, because of this whole thing, even if the depth is not very much, it's not very high, the depth is very not very much, deep inside. Even then, because of this whole thing, the water table, the groundwater table is heated because of the geothermal energy. तो अब ये पानी में क्या आ गया है, गर्माहट आ गई है. ठीक है, थोड़ी सी गर्मी आ गई है. द हीट हैज कम ओवर देयर. ठीक है, म्यूजिक कैप बच्चे वी विल बी डूइंग. मैंने कुछ जो है असर्शन रीजन वाले क्वेश्चंस कराए हैं, आगे भी करवाऊंगी, सो यू डोंट हैव टू वरी. ओके, चलो. तो अब ये जो है ये गर्म हो जाता है पानी. दिस वाटर इज हॉट बिकॉज ऑफ द जियोथर्मल एनर्जी, द इनर हीट ऑफ द अर्थ सर्फेस. So this hot ground water will now turn into steam. Natural, simple सा फंडा है. पानी गर्म करोगे तो steam बनेगा, गैस में change हो जाएगा liquid. So this hot ground water will now change into steam upon reaching the earth, which then this steam, so you basically have to find the places where, because of the heat that is generated because of the earth's inner surface, the groundwater table has been heated up, which is changing into the steam. These surfaces you can always establish a geothermal energy plant. वहाँ पे these steams can be used to basically power the turbine and produce electricity. बच्चे, everywhere what are we doing? We are basically how do I tell you? स्टीम प्रोड्यूस कर रहे थे पहले हम कोल पेट्रोलियम को यूज करके. यहाँ नेचुरली स्टीम प्रोड्यूस हो रहा है. वी डोंट हैव टू डू एनीथिंग, नो रिसोर्सेज बीइंग वेस्ट. It's absolutely clean and you can still produce and it's renewable and you can still produce electricity. That's wonderful, right? So India possesses a lot of hot springs which is absolutely suitable for electricity generation. Experimental geothermal projects have been established in the Parvati Valley, which is near Manikaran in Himachal Pradesh, and Puga Valley in Ladakh, जहाँ पे ये hot springs available हैं. ठीक है, तो on that note, a quick quiz question that we are going to answer. The question is, dash energy is harnessed from oceanic tides for electricity generation. Electricity generation के लिए कौन से energy को harness करते हैं हम? Geothermal, wind, solar और tidal. dash energy is harnessed from oceanic tides for electricity generation. Geothermal, wind, solar, tidal. Okay, and Abhimanyu has answered absolutely correct. Shushmita, Kushan, Nagraj, and Shrivali and Kanika have taken an attempt, but it seems confusion हो गई है. बच्चे tidal energy, tides, ocean की tides use हो रहे हैं ना, तो knowledge about nature बच्चे wind कैसे होगा? Energy oceanic tides की है, तो tides gives you tidal energy, नाम से याद रख सकते हो आप. Wind energy will be with the help of the winds. Ocean tides वहाँ पे use नहीं होते हैं, ठीक है? Now talking about how can we conserve the energy resources, see why do we need to conserve it? Very simple. To save the environment, the energy is basically finite, we don't want to emit more carbon, to help us saving ourselves from the global warming. Simple math hai, simple funda hai, simple hai. So energy is very very important for the economic development for all sectors. Agriculture की बात करो, industry, transport, commercial, domestic, for the entire world, individual, domestic और what do you say, national level पे बात कर लो, कॉर्पोरेट लेवल पे बात कर लो, एनर्जी रिसोर्सेज तो चाहिए ही. मैं आपको पढ़ा पा रही हूँ क्योंकि हमारे पास इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का एनर्जी रिसोर्स है. सो वी नीड एनर्जी रिसोर्स फॉर ईच एंड एवरीथिंग, राइट? इकोनॉमिक प्लान्स since independence have demanded increasing energy leading to rising consumption nationwide. So we know that we are trying to develop, we are trying to grow more and more, and the more we are striving towards that journey of developing, producing money and doing more production of services and goods, and hence resulting in earning of more money and economic development, more energy has been consumed with time. ठीक है, ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा एनर्जी का कंजम्पशन होता गया. Promotion of energy conservation and increased utilization of renewable sources are very important for sustainable energy and sustainable development. So India is among the least energy efficient countries globally, guys, which is very very concerning, right? We have to be more efficient, we have to have more cleaner energies being utilized and conserve more energy because the population is also huge, hence exploitation will be more. Okay. Important topic for long questions. Yuvraj, we will be doing a whole revision series which will start in next 20 days, like 15th of December के बाद से. वहाँ पे मैं आपको सारे chapters के important questions कराऊंगी. आपने देखा होगा, you might have also seen that I've already done some important questions from a lot of chapters. You can find those videos available on this channel. वहाँ जाकर आप देख सकते हो. So we need to be cautious because resources are limited and our population is huge. Individual efforts matter, right? Individual level पे भी आप जो कर सकते हो, like instead of using cow dung cakes, we can always have a biogas development plant at home also, right? Such as using public transport instead of traveling individually, everyone traveling individually wherever possible. Pick public transport. Electricity save karo. When you're walking out of the room, just turn off the light, the fan, whatever possible. Don't use extra things if it's not required. ठीक है, power saving devices use करना, not putting everything on charge and just leaving it for no reason. Adopting to non-conventional energy resources, maybe installing solar lamps for some lights, for the geysers. It's a very good individual initiative because heating appliances utilize more electricity, so we can run them from the solar panels help. ठीक है, emphasizing the importance of energy conservation with the phrase energy saved is energy produced. So this is I think the biggest learning that we have to have, that you don't always have to produce energy. Even if you're saving energy, you can utilize it in future. So basically, if you save energy, it's equivalent to producing more energy in the future. Okay, so summarize kar lete hain with that. Various alternative energy resources offer solution to India's energy challenges, and especially our location is very very helpful. Solar, wind, tidal and geothermal energy at present are basically non-conventional sources of energy. Solar power leverages the country's tropical climate, while wind energy clusters in states like Tamil Nadu. Biogas plants are use organic waste, which benefits rural areas. First, by giving cleaner sources of energy, and second, the biogas, the cow dungs can in fact be used for better manure otherwise. Okay? And more, let's ignore. That's the best thing that we can do, right? Let's focus on the studies. Now, geothermal projects in Himachal Pradesh and Ladakh harness the Earth's heat. तो यहाँ पे हम geothermal heat जो है वो use करते हैं, ठीक है? And to ensure sustainability, conserving energy is very vital because it's important to save the environment, and of course the energy resources are also limited. India is facing rising energy consumption. We need to have a shift towards renewable resources and efficient use because we're quite behind it. So guys, tomorrow we are going to work on an entire, we're going to have a session same time 7 PM 7 बजे हम पूरे मैप वर्क पे सेशन करने वाले हैं, एंड यू कैन गो अहेड एंड रजिस्टर योरसेल्फ ऑन द एम्बाइब ऐप और वेबसाइट. यहाँ जाकर अपने आप को रजिस्टर कर लेना है आपको. एंड स्टूडेंट्स वाचिंग ऑन यूट्यूब, डू नॉट फॉरगेट टू सब्सक्राइब टू द चैनल सो दैट यू गेट द नोटिफिकेशन व्हेन वी हैव द सेशन टुमारो. Please also make sure to like, share and subscribe the video. Do tell me in the comment section how did you like this session. And this is our QR code and link for the Telegram channel, which you should definitely join because that's one point where I can directly connect with you, give any updates and announcements. So ये join ज़रूर कर लीजिएगा, ठीक है? Okay. Okay, guys. So with this, I'm going to wind up the session over here. Thank you so much for being here. We have finished the mineral and energy resources theory. Map work will be done tomorrow. So I'll see you guys tomorrow at 7 PM. Make sure you're either subscribed to the YouTube channel or you at least have registered yourself on the Embibe app or website. The classes are free, as you know. ज़रूर कर लेना register. मैं मिलती हूँ कल आपको sharp 7 PM. Till then, stay home, no, you don't have to stay at home. Just stay safe, take good care of your loved ones. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Till then, hasta la vista, bye-bye, ciao. Take good care of yourself, stay tuned and keep imbibing.
Keep imbibing. We believe in you.